Hello survivors and welcome to another video. In this video we'll be looking at Diego, who is a new character, and there is a stash up for him right now. There is some odds on this poll, and it does display 0%, but this is a display issue and it's going to be higher than this, but it probably won't be much higher. It'll be like 0.1%, 0.2% most likely. If you do the entire pulls on the stash, which is 60, you will be guaranteed everything in here, which includes Diego himself. And a lot of people have been asking for this sort of thing to be added more on a more regular basis. Maybe not for an exclusive character, but maybe for a returning character, just so they have a guaranteed way of getting that character. A lot of people don't like doing wills like there is up for Tobin right now, because you could pull like 400 times and potentially not get Tobin, where at least you're guaranteed what's in this stash if you do all the 60 pulls. So again, some people prefer it this way. There is one other thing that's kind of off, in that you can get flash tokens from this. It does last just under 4 days when it was originally released, and you can get flash tokens as the rewards, but within the tokens, the flash tokens only last for another 14 hours. So whether they're going to extend the flash token wheel or another one's going to pop up afterwards, it's unclear at this time, really. We'll look at Diego himself, though, and as you can see, you get the 5-star ascendable if you get him on this stash. And I think this is the very first ever Diego character, I'm pretty sure. There is a 3-star Diego, but I think they're different people. But I'm pretty sure about that anyway. This is what the 5-star looks like. And this is what the 6-star looks like. He turns into like I want to say this is a park ranger, but I've got no idea. This has got the look of a sort of sheriff style park ranger. I don't know. Someone from America will probably have to give me the info on this one. He is a Generation 2 6-star in terms of he has over 5,300 base stats calculated together. He has 2,174 attack, 1,358 defense, and 1,902 HP. He has got quite low defense for a Generation 2 6-star. Obviously, compared to Generation 1s, it's not too bad. But once Generation 2 become the staple, it will seem much lower. He is a strong character, and he is, of course, classified as a support character. So his attack stat is actually pretty high for a support character, even within Generation 2. So we'll look at his rush. It's called Hindering Strikes. It's 76 AP cost, deal 250% damage to one enemy and all adjacent enemies. Those enemies also get minus 65% defense and impair for 2 turns. So that's a really strong rush, and as a support character, you know, you can follow up after that rush with another AoE attack and just do huge amounts of damage. Minus 65% defense is massive, especially in the current meta of defense teams, which is just massively turtled defense teams with huge amounts of tanky stats, huge HP, huge defense, and that's going to make a massive difference. And the fact that he's a strong character means he synergizes well with the likes of Shawn, with the likes of Alpha, so the follow-up damage is going to be huge from either one of those two characters. The 2-turn impair is awesome as well. He will go off a little bit earlier than defense team characters generally, and that means that he's going to be obviously blocking people from doing revives, blocking people doing any rush, which is absolutely awesome. Now we'll look at his active skill, and it is a focus active skill. I don't normally like the focus active skills because it only gives it to 3 people, but this one gives it to everybody. All teammates get focus for 2 turns. The initial cooldown is slightly extended to 3, so obviously it is a bit stronger, so it's not going to go off as often, which is important. And I kind of like this. If it's to everybody, I don't mind focus as much. But the only thing is, you probably still have to have a command in a team to make this work properly. You're doing focus on the turn 3, then you're commanding his rush, and then obviously you are following up his rush, and everyone's going to be focused at that point and can bypass shields, which is quite beneficial. You can just attack the middle character with this guy, and then follow up with Shawn, follow up with Alpha, or you know, both of them if you've got them both, and you're probably going to take out at least, I'd say, a couple of characters at that point. You're generally going to try and take this character and Alpha and Shawn against melee teams, you know, the likes of fast characters, so you're going to be destroying them pretty much. Now he has got a leader skill rather than a specialist skill, and it is all strong and tough teammates get 40% attack and a huge bonus to AP when attacking. Now this is kind of a strange leader skill, but it does directly counter the Donnie leader skill, even though Donnie's leader skill does directly counter this in terms of they're both going to do trait damage to each other. You know, the strong teammates here are going to do trait damage to the fast teammates behind Donnie, but the alert teammates behind Donnie are going to do trait damage to those strong teammates. And the same with tough. It's going to be exactly the same situation. It's whether you think that's worth taking the risk. On an attack team, you're generally going to have more damage output, so that trait damage is going to be much bigger than trait damage on defense teams, which is generally going to be revived. So it's only going to be basic attacks you're going to have to deal with. So it probably is worth taking that risk, especially if you've got certain defensive characters behind Diego. Could work pretty well. Like if you've got Eric, for instance, he's going to be getting his rush off quite quickly because of that AP boost, and that gives 40% defense, obviously HP over time. You're going to just top your HP up and it's not going to be too much of a problem taking a bit of damage. Now obviously the 40% attack and a huge bonus to AP when attacking is just like the perfect sort of leader combo for an attack team. We have had some recent leaders do exactly the same. We had Alice, who is alert and strong, and we also had Camilla, who is melee, which is obviously strong and fast. And it's funny because I did say before Camilla was released, we never had a character that gave strong characters a huge AP on attack for an attack team, and we've had 3 now, which is insane. We've had 3 in the space of a month. We haven't got any that are free to play. They've all been premium, and I'd still say that obviously melee leaders are a massive issue within free to play in terms of the sort of range of characters that can even be used in that slot. But that's Diego. He hasn't got an attached weapon. I think he's a really nice character. He does synergize really well with the likes of Alpha and Shawn, and the thing about the active skill on top is there aren't too many focus characters that you can use on melee teams. You're kind of running the risk of taking in a Kate and absolutely getting destroyed by strong characters on defense teams. You're going to have to take cleanses in, or you're going to have to take a disarm to get past the shields for the first couple of turns. But once this rush goes off and the follow-up rushes come in as well, it's going to be absolutely insane, the amount of damage output. So do tell me what you think about Diego. Are you going to try and go for this guy with the full 60 stash pools? Are you going to try for that lucky 99 pence, 99 cents offer that's up right now? You get 2 tokens. I have bought that alpha myself, and I'm going to do those pulls on my live stream. But if you do pulls, and if you do a limited amount of pulls, good luck. If you do everything, do tell me what you think about Diego once you get, rolling with him. But that's the end of my video. Thank you very much for tuning in. And as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.